Guys, I think we might have hit a new all-time low for competitive Starcraft. We're going to have a look at this game that I played against Genies on Romanticide, and I want to highlight a little bit, like some data before we even go into the game, so you guys really understand. So you understand what we're dealing with here, right? Protoss, 117 APM, 25-minute game. But here's the thing. This guy is at 6,200 MMR. And I took like 40 points of him. He was like top 40. He's a top 40 player on Europe. 6,200 MMR and a win rate of 79% against Zerg. Okay. Calm down, guys. We're going to have a look at this game, and I swear to God, it's gonna blow your mind. Do you see this number? 6,212 MMR. I'm at 5,764. This game is madness. Of course, I immediately noticed that he's Protoss, and he noticed I'm Zerg. I opened with a 12 pull in this game against the Nexus first, right? He goes Forge, Gateway, Cyber. Oh wait, what's that? Another Forge that he cancels and builds a Cyber Core. So I opened with a 12 pool, built my 6 slings. He of course defended everything, took 0 damage. The game is a little bit longer, and I think it's important that we go to the most important bits rather quickly. So I'm droning up at home, right? I mean, even though it was a 12 pull against the Nexus first, I don't think I'm necessarily in a bad position because I can kind of freely drone and I already know what I'm dealing with, right? Keep in mind, this guy, okay, like we need to explain this, right? So he does not research Warp Gate. At the 5-minute mark, his army consists of a sentry, a void ray, and a cannon, and he's trying to expand. This guy is trying to take a third base, and he wasn't even building an additional Stargate unit. Imagine if I just sit at home and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drone up. This guy would way outpace me. So I kill the sentry, right? And he's not getting Warp Gate. In fact, he does not have a gateway. Yes, he killed his gateway to expand, and he's not rebuilding it because why build gateways? But I'm getting ahead of myself. 6 minutes, double carrier void ray. Pretty threatening, right? I know it's coming, right? I see he has a single void ray, no gateway units. I already knew the carriers were coming. Now let's have a look at the defense. Spire is almost done. He attacks a Spore Crawler. Let's have a look at all the stuff he kills with this army. 2 queens are dead. 2 queens are dead. I killed all his interceptors. And what is this? He missed micros and loses half of his army to 6 queens because he can't even move Commander Carrier away. Keep in mind, we're playing against a guy that's up to 104 APM right now, so I don't want to stress him too much. He needs those 104 APM to build probes, cannons. Like, that's like the... You know what this guy is? This guy's like... he does the bare necessities to actually function as a human being. This is like the guy that all he does is breathing and eat and drink. That's what he does. He micros. No, he doesn't micro. He macros and eventually A moves. That's like this is, if you guys ever watched Vibes Bronze to GM, this is the Protoss version. Bronze to Pro Gamer, where the Protoss just sits at home, macros up, presses A move, goes AFK, and then it's like, yeah, see guys, all you need is macro to reach like Master League. This guy's like, all you need is macro, if even at that, with my 103 APM, to reach pro level gameplay. Right? See, top 40 guys. This guy could play at DreamHack. What is it called? ESL Pro Tour. This is an ESL Pro Tour caliber player here. Anyways, he's building Void Rays, carriers, moving his army around quite a bit right there. His APM spiked to almost 200 there for a second. Meanwhile, I'm expanding everywhere. I wasn't really highlighting this, but I'm expanding everywhere. And I am frustrated as hell, right? I'm like, how is this even possible? Then I notice that he doesn't really defend his spaces too well. So I think I'm gonna send some changelings to scout, and then I'm gonna blow this up with Ling Bane. Because he doesn't even wall the bases off, right? I go in, I see, okay, it's all open. Immediately I start morphing Banelings and begin harassing him. But it's really hard for me to attack into this, right? I can only really attack him here. But let's get ahead a little bit. Let's skip on ahead. Aheaders. Go. Go. He uses the shield battery overcharge. Now you might think, well, I mean, he's probably gonna save this space because he has like so many carriers and stuff. But no, actually he is moving his entire army along the bottom side of the map. Completely, like, if I knew the Voidress weren't this army, I would have killed. Meanwhile, he's losing every probe at home, of course. He loses the Nexus. I mean, like well, he could have sent a carrier home. Probably a Tempest, and it would have cleaned everything up. I mean, if you don't build gateways, it's kind of hard to defend, I suppose. I'm getting Vipers out. I have double Spire upgrades. And here we go. I mean, my Vipers aren't fully ready yet. So I have to retreat a bit. Over here, I killed a total of 49 workers so far. He does kill my main base. Now watch the Protoss micro. Watch him micro, right? We are peaking at 106 APM right now. So I put the parasitic bomb on the Void Ray. What does he do? He clumps up his entire area. Like, this carrier has a parasitic bomb, and he just clumps up his entire fleet. Like, everything is clumped up on the unit with the parasitic. I'm just running away. Like, I put parasitic bomb on him and I'm running away. Look at this. You see? I'm eventually able to clean everything up. Kind of, because he just recalls, hides behind shield batteries and cannons, so I cannot attack into him. And starts rebuilding. I figured, well, I'm probably gonna take out the space with my Ultralisks. Then he remembered, oh yeah, I have a shield battery, so my Ultralisks almost died. I'm gonna go with a little bit more oomph. And yeah. Trying, like, I was kind of like, how do I beat this army? Because I know, like, this is so dangerous for me. As you saw, even though he did the absolute worst micro that he could have done, meaning either he didn't micro at all or clumped up his units at a parasitic bomb, he was still able to put up a fight. So I just thought, if this guy actually starts playing serious, if this guy actually wakes up from his slumber, I might die. Right? That is what I'm thinking right here. If this guy suddenly realizes that he can split his units, there's no way I'm going to beat this army. And, like, what can I do? Like, he rushes out carriers, Void Rays, and then builds shield batteries. It's really hard to attack into this. It's really hard to finish this with a timing. And now he's just going for another big maxed out army. So I'm building Zillion 4 crawlers, taking out one of his base after the other. Minus 400, minus 400. Check W. Red creep everywhere. Taking all the bases. My goal is to clean up these bases, right? So it can no longer annoy me. But I don't know. Like, he always activates all the Void Rays at the same time, which is also kind of weird, but I don't know. It is what it is. Because if he activates all the Void Rays at the same time, once the Void Ray overcharge is gone, I can actually kind of attack into him. Beautiful. All the Banelings are gone, my Corruptors run away. He runs into the Spore Crawlers, I put a Parasitic Bomb on him, he does the logical thing, and actually he did split a little bit. No, wait. Here's what he does. Let's actually watch this from his point of view. God, he uses the Diva now. So this is what he does. He just stops moving his units, and then because the parasitic bomb keeps ticking, like this is what he's looking at. Like he's just looking at his army. He didn't even micro. But once the units get hit by the parasitic bomb, they kind of move automatically. Once again, parasitic bomb. He of course camps his entire army inside the parasitic bomb, because this is his point of view, right? This is what he's looking at. I don't know what he's looking at, to be honest, but anyways, let's go to the let's move on to the thrilling conclusion of this game. Protoss Skyfleet Armada moves along the entire map, starts erasing everything. I erase all of his bases, so he no longer has an income. I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to engage him here. I try, but I got some abducts off. I still have quite a nice bank, but it's hard for me to fight him. And here I go in for the fight. Parasitic bomb. You know it, you know the drill. He stacks his entire units and on top of the parasitic bomb. So that is how he plays this, right? All these void rays, they are not even fighting, they're just staying in the parasitic bomb, but that's apparently not enough. Keep in mind, like what I always like to think about when I'm in a situation like this is, if the Protoss lands a storm on my corruptors, I'm like scared and I think I'm gonna die. This guy just takes the parasitic bombs and erases my army. Also keep in mind, I have +3/+3 on my corruptors. +3 air carapace, +3 air attack. He only has attack upgrades. He also had his attack upgrades done by like 6 minutes, because kind of how the race works now. And then now the last fight is, of course, like this is a absolute Protoss masterpiece in terms of micro. He activates all his void rays at the same time, so they all do. So instead of hitting the corruptors and chasing them down, they dump around a little bit. He constantly retargets the spore crawler, so the carriers stop shooting at my corruptors and I can kite him. Like right there, like do you see the interceptors constantly move to the pool instead of just attacking my corruptors? Then he like click, like see now there. Why the fuck did he click on the overlord? Like what is this? He can't even A-move properly. Yeah. This is the end. Did I play this perfectly? No. But I am scared as hell when I play against a guy like this. He didn't have Storm, no Archons, no Charge Flotteres, didn't even properly build static defense, no wall-offs. And I still could have very well lost this game if the fights went a little bit different. Speechless. Thank you all for watching. See you soon.